none other than Mr. Rocco Forte himself.
No,
So
not
chin
Mr.
chin.
Not Mr.
Sir.
Sir Rocco.
Sir Rocco Forte. Okay. I have some very bad news. This is Italian wine.
Yes, I know this. It's not bad.
Italian Wine Travel with Stevie Kim.
Alrighty, my name's Stevie Kim, and this is the Italian Wine Podcast in this wonderful resort, which is called Verdura, that means vegetables. And I have the greatest honor of the Sir Rocco Forte next to me, and we're going to ask him a few questions. First of all, Rocco Forte, is that, so you're Italian as well? You're English or Italian?
Well, I was born in England, but both my parents have Italian origin. My father arrived in England when he was three years old with his father, and my mother was born in England, and her parents came to England after the First World War.
Oh, I see.
So my grandfather's name was Rocco.
Okay. So you're third generation in hotel business?
Yes, so my grandfather wasn't in hotels, but he had sort of restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
On the south coast, actually, of England.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you some random questions because we don't have that much time. How do you define luxury in hospitality?
Luxury is about making a guest stay as comfortable and as seamless as possible, and you have to try and interpret the guest's needs before he actually asks for anything, and you have to personalize his stay. That's what luxury is about. If obviously you have to have a nice environment, a nicely decorated hotel, but you can have the most beautifully decorated hotel, and if the service is wrong, it's not good, then the guest won't come back.
Okay, first of all, how many hotels have you got?
I've got 15 now.
15. Which one is your favorite?
All my hotels are individual. They all have their own personality. There's a strong sense of place with all of them. I always say my most beautiful hotel is Villeggiare, which is in Palermo on the waterfront. And that's a building that was built in 1903, Sicilian Liberty style.
Oh, I see.
And it's a very, very special place. And this is a wonderful place because you have 515.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's amazing. I've been here only a couple of times, but it's amazing.
And I always relax when I come here.
Do you come here often?
I come in August for usually a couple of weeks holiday.
So you're truly an Italian at heart.
Yeah, well, I mean, my wife's Italian.
Your wife's Italian.
My children speak Italian, so there's a lot of Italian in me, and I've always kept my links with Italy very strong.
So, a man of your experience, right, in life and in business, how do you handle stress?
You get used to it. I mean, if you almost miss stress. To some degree, and I think you thrive on stress to a great degree, and you get a buzz out of it, and a buzz out of doing things and solving problems. So I don't look at stress as something particularly bad. Obviously, you can get tired. You can have periods where you're working very hard. You don't pause. You don't relax, and then you get very tired. And sometimes when I go on holiday, I sort of just crash out for 3 days until I recover. So I'm not a very nice person to be around on those
When
occasions.
you're nasty.
Good
thing you're in a good mood today.
On those occasions. Well, I'm always in good mood when I'm with a beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you a little bit about the travel destination. So how do you decide when you're choosing a hotel? How do you decide that is the place I would like my next resort to be?
A lot of my hotels are city hotels, and so the cities are a destination in their own right, and then you have to find the right location in the city to do your hotel, or to convert an existing building or take over an existing hotel. It has to be a location which is very well situated, and since most of our customers are leisure customers, an area which suits the leisure traveller. Here at Verdura, I needed a lot of land. I wanted to be by the sea because I wanted to build 2 18-hole golf courses.
Oh, so it was all about golf.
So
You were motivated by golf.
in this particular destination, I wanted to create a great golf resort in the Mediterranean. But it's not just a golf resort, it's very family orientated. We have the best kids club in Europe here. A lot of activities for young children and
Oh, I
teenagers,
didn't realize that.
as well as the golfers. So it's a very special place.
So, you know, I'm very vertical, our audience. They're mostly about Italian wines because
Yes.
it's called an Italian wine podcast. Do you know anything about wine?
I know what wines I like, what wines I don't like. I've been brought up in England,
Yeah.
and there you drink French wines, very rounded, and they're very smooth, they have fantastic nose, and so on. And if you get used to that sort of wine, it's very difficult to drink anything else. A lot of Italian wines are drunk very young, and so they're quite tannic and quite hard, and my palate isn't really used to that.
So you're more Bordeaux, Burgundy, and Champagne.
I drink champagne, but I mean, I like good wine. French white Burgundy is very difficult to beat.
You know, you've made so much huge investments in the hospitality. Have you ever thought about investing in the wine business?
No, it's quite difficult, and I have no expertise, and it would probably take 10 years. At my age, it's probably too long.
Okay. And lastly, what type of advice would you give a young person who wants to get into the hospitality business?
Well, first of all, work in it, see if you like it, because a lot of people think this is very glamorous and so on.
Right.
It's very hard. It's a lot of hard work. You're working, you have an operations working 24 hours a day. You have huge demands placed upon you and time demands. So you have to be able to enjoy that sort of atmosphere. So you've got to work in the industry for a while and understand it and know it before branching off onto your own.
Is it more difficult in the UK right now to have a hotel or in Italy?
The thing in Italy is that there's so many different destinations where you can achieve very high prices. And you have to achieve high prices to be able to give luxury service. In England, you know, once outside London, it's quite difficult to achieve high prices. It's the only major city, international city in the UK. Edinburgh is to a certain degree, but not at the same level as London. Otherwise, you know, the other big cities, it's all commercial business, there's no tourism business. Then you go into the sort of smaller hotels and the Cotswolds and so on, but that's a different type of business. So Italy, you know, there's huge opportunity in Italy, and that's why I have so many of my hotels here. And also, I mean, operating in Italy is not the easiest place in the world, very bureaucratic. You know, you've got to know your way about. You don't get to a destination by going in a straight line. That's the difference between Italy and the UK. But Italy has, you know, as a tourist destination, is unique in the world.
Do you feel more Italian or do you feel more English?
Well, when I'm in Italy, I feel very English. When I'm in England, I feel a little bit Italian.
Italian. Already. And that's a wrap from the Verdura Resort in Sciacca, breathtaking place with none other than Mr. Rocco Forte himself.
No,
So
not
chin chin.
Not Mr.
Sir.
Sir Rocco
Sir Rocco Forte. Cheers. Chin chin.
Cheers.